Here we are in the Isle of Siptah preview for Conan Exiles. Funcom was nice enough to let me give this a try ahead of time. The release version will be out on September 15th. Now the video is a bit longer. I packed a lot of content in here. So if you want to jump around to content you're interested in, just be sure to check out the time index in the description. Let's get into it.
During the Year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was to be transported to the exiled lands. Chained and bound aboard a slave galley out of Argos, the prisoner was carried south under threatening skies. Until fate intervenes.
Okay, here we are at the standard character creation screen. We're on the island instead of the cross. Let's see, no new religion.
The gods are watching.
This seems to be a little closer than it used to be. Physique. Height. I always have problems getting stuck in stuff if I make him too big, so let's stick here at medium height. Start location. Okay, 4 spots. Go with northeast. All right, what did I do? To Decapitation of a priest. Singing bawdy ballads. Mutilation of a guardsman. Okay, here we go. Okay. Take a look at the map. Here we are. Northeast. Something going on in the middle here. Okay, let's get some of the standard stuff out of the way. Dodging, jumping. Looks pretty good. No problems with it. Okay. Drink. Okay, gained a level. See if there's anything in these boats. Some resources. See if I can find any more bodies. There's a ship over there. Craft a bed. Rough wraps. Aloe and plant fiber. The water seems a little better to me. Oh, I wonder if that trick will still work where you hit the sticks. Let's find out. And you get more resources than if you were to just pick it up. Let's try it. Okay. Normally 1. Now what you do is you swing and squat at the same time. I got 5. Yeah. So you get they still let you do that. I don't know if that's a bug or what, but it's still allowed. Ooh. Okay. Let's do a little crafting. Have to pick. Close. And we've leveled. Level 3. Survival. No, weapons. Let's unlock the sword. Did we craft the pick? Yeah, there it goes. Okay, let's organize some stuff here. Need 5 string. Bird's gonna sneak up on me. And craft a sword. Be nice if something real good in these boxes. Eat a bug for the journey step. Maybe one of these dead folks around here has a water skin. Alright, let's see if we can take this bird. But first, let's get our bedroll down. I'm too close to the structure. Try that bird. Wait. Alright. Oh, protecting that box, are you? I think it's stuck. Almost. All right. But a knife. And a spear. It's a stone spear. And there's skirmisher. Torch. Standard torch. All right. So and some feathers. Don't eat that by accident. Can we make a campfire yet? No. Survival. There it is. Alright. There were a couple boxes over here. Let's check these out. Stand back. Okay. Let's do a little more scavenging. Getting hungry. Let's see where I can put this. It's not going to let me put it here. Back where I put my bedroll. All right. All right. So far, so good. All right, I'm gonna do a little scouting for a potential site to build a shack or a little base or whatever. I'll come back when I've leveled a little bit, and if I see anything cool, we'll check that out. Okay, scavenging a little more around on the beach. Here's a big ship wreck. This note here. You guys can pause that and check it out. Can I pick it up? No. So looking in the construction feats, I just spent a point to get Apprentice Mason, and here's one of the two new building sets called Salvager, and the other one Stormglass. So Salvager, made of like stuff you'd get off the beach. Let's make a foundation. Okay, this will help me know where I can build to see what's off limits. When I find a better spot to build a little further inland, I'll start laying down some of these new building pieces and give you a look at them. I'm starting to get into more of the woods, and these look really good. Vegetation. I'm following this river inland. See if I can find a good spot. Yeah, I'm gonna keep heading in. Right here, where the river forks. That looks like world boss. Of course, I can't take him now. What level am I? 8. If there's another structure over there, I'll investigate, but right around here looks good to build a base. I saw iron, there's plenty of wood, aloe. Aloe is a little different in this expansion. Instead of in desert areas, it's sort of along any of the waterways, not just desert waterways, but all along through there. This stuff too. I just heard an elk. Oh yeah, up here looks good. Alright, killed those birds off. This plateau up here looks really good. I could expand out that way if I had to, and I might even be able to hide or do some stuff under here. We'll see. Yeah, I like it. So we're going to be sort of right here. Alright, I'll bring you back after I get started building. Well, I have some of this started. And it's getting dark. You get an idea of what the pieces look like. Sort of graded on top. And it has this like old pieces of barrel on the underside. So getting started with it. And then over here under this hollowed out section of the tree, got a fire and a bed and blocking off stuff from getting to me. We'll see how I do. So far this is really neat. I like all the Flotsom pieces. You can kind of see some selections of them right here. Yeah, I'm going to build the whole base out of this if I can. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll start back up here tomorrow. Here's some of the examples of Flotsom building. The roof pieces have this look of worn out tattered sails, and when you look at it from the bottom side, there's little light holes through it and such. Windows have this ship wheel look to them. There you can see the door and door frame. This is a fence, and there's a few different stairs. This is the one with railings. Here are the fence foundations. I'm just using it here as a way to set up an area here. And over here, the fence foundations, I'm using it to keep from falling off the side of the cliff. And then I put a standard fence on top of it. Here are the foundations. They're square and wedge type. Standard wall, wedge ceilings, square ceilings. Here again, this railed flotsam steps. And some of the different corners use pieces from ships, like you see here. There's a few other roof peak pieces that are interesting that you can try out. Here's just a few of them. And here's a pillar. And when you put two together, pillar looks like that. That's a ramp. I'll show it to you later from the inside. And let's take a peek inside here. As I was saying, the sail roof pieces let a little light through like that. The tops of the foundations have this kind of pattern that you'd see in the cargo, going into the cargo hold of the ship. But this is solid underneath it. There's the ramp. The inside of a door. Inside of window. Here are a few of the stair pieces with railings joined together, what it looks like. And here's your big gate and gate door. And from the outside, it comes with this decoration on the gate piece, still with a little bit of a tattered sail look to it. The sloping wall, both left and right. It's interesting that it has this edging piece to it, but the wall cap, which I really like this wheel effect here, it doesn't continue with that same trim piece. I wish they would have added that on there to continue the look, but not a big deal. These are crenulations, so you'll get the bleed effect trying to climb up and touching these. This is what the flotsam crenulations look like. Standard steps. I've been showing you the railing ones before now. Just an example. The gate. Here's the second of two construction sets that come with the expansion. This is Stormglass. Right here you're looking at pillar and then how two of them join together. There is a series of vaulted pieces, just like in the arena set with this Stormglass. Here's glass wall, and here's a standard wall. Wall cap, door frame, and I don't know what's going on with the doors, if there's a graphic not here, or it's meant to just look like this obsidian. It's so stark that it's hard to see detail in it. Nevertheless, that's what it looks like in the preview. Here's a standard fence, and then crenulated. Sloping glass roof. versus one that's solid like that. The corners and other, strange pieces all seem to be solid, like you see the corner one here. Flat ceiling piece looks like that. Stairs, standard, and with handrail. Square foundation. I like this gold accent in it. Wedge foundation. And there's the various accent roof pieces in the set as well. Really looks good. Gate. There's a frame for both sides. And this gate door has the same issue. Either there's missing graphic detail or it's meant to just look like polished obsidian. So there's some of your Stormglass. Now let's look at some of the workbenches. When I have the features, let's see here, the feat points applied for weapons, looking at even the higher end stuff. There seems to be no additional weapons for this expansion. But in the armor, sort by Maelstrom, you'll see them right here. Let me just try some of them on. This is the light set. And it has bonus vitality, showing here is light. What I don't understand are the hot and cold indicators here for what type of environment it's for. I didn't see a way of crafting it where I could go one way or another, so this just could be a glitch in the preview version. So this set has vitality. Get you a better look at it. This is the medium set. Did I give you the name of the light? Yeah, ceremonial. The medium is sacrificial. And has vitality on it, again with the temperature bug. Medium grade. Face mask kind of looks steampunk. And the Slave Forge Guardian set, which is the heavy. Looks like that. And I can see some good coloring schemes here that can be made with this. Let me give you a look at it on the outward side. So this could be dyed to have some really good schemes to it. Though by itself, just like this, it looks really awesome. So those are the 3 armor sets for the expansion. Moving on to the artisan table. Looking through the feats for decorations. There were just the ones we were used to here. Turan, Argos, the ones we know. There isn't a new set of decorations for this expansion. And I'd said there were no other weapons. I even checked on the carpenter's bench for bows and such. None of those either. Cooking, there didn't seem to be anything new there. No new decorations that I could find. Now just poking around through some other spawn type stuff. Let me show you this. I'll place it out here on the ground. And that's the delving bench. Comes with its own NPC. I don't know if this is going to be something that we'll get a skill for or what, but doing a search for delving bench through the feats, I didn't see this. So maybe they've not fully implemented it yet. But it looks pretty cool. Looks like it's going to have some interesting stuff. It may be related to something else I found I spawned in. These schematics. This particular one, no, not the schematic. Mod buffing kits. This one happens to be for strength, but there's a kit for every stat, and this looks like something we've been asking for a while, to be able to modify. I don't know if it's going to be armor, weapons, whatever, but modify it to the build that you'd like. Armor schematic. This seems to be, there's a few of these in here that you can spawn in. I've not tried them out, but this could just be placeholder for now. These sigils, this one here, there's some various type. This one is of the Wolfman. I think you're going to be getting these out of particular dungeons that are scattered around here. And then perhaps you're using them as a material component. The Eldarium, here you see it in its raw form and finished form. I saw no forge to melt this into ingots, so like Frost Temple, we probably have to go somewhere to melt that down and use these in the finished form. Let me just take a look here at the furnace. Yeah. Looking at the cauldron, I see these two new recipes. Aloe extract, which uses aloe leaves and chemical base, and pure aloe extract, which uses more, presumably a higher strength version. This one's interesting. The sea salted fodder. We're supposed to have a new Rhino mount, and this probably gives it a new look. But I found another one called war-torn fodder, but that was just from spawning. I don't see a way to make it yet. Sea salted, war-torn. I think it's related to the rhinos for the new look. And these pieces here, spawn these in from the admin list. Lesser, unstable, and greater. They're probably related to crafting stuff to get into this center tower. Don't know. Saw no better tool types. There seems to be a lot of different new random drop type special weapons, but not all of them are legendary. This one-handed sword was legendary, named, but these are not legendary. This shield, which really looks neat, the lantern shield. Get out here, give you a look at it. Go into vanity mode. That looks pretty cool. Has the same sort of theme, this nautical theme, like the fodder, or excuse me, this set that you're seeing behind me, this build, kind of has that theme to it. What else? Rough wraps. You can make these early on using fiber and some aloe leaves. And then I already, and then in survival, there's also a new higher level wrap, the stutter wraps. Scrolling through the rest of these, we've went through construction. I saw nothing else new in here. Let me scroll down here to the Stormglass, kind of see what comes with it. Even has the awnings. I mentioned the vaulted pieces. Here's all of them. Same as the arena. You got hatches, gates, fences, fence foundation. I didn't show that earlier, but there it is. All the rooftop types. And back up here to salvager. Awnings, hatches, gate, we've covered that. Fence foundations, and the crenulated. There's some of the other rooftop intersections I didn't show, but here they are. Anyway, those are really cool. Moving on to decorations. Did I see anything new in here? I don't recall anything. No. Survival. For some reason, the Rhino's in here, and then the war-torn fodder's in here. It seems to be out of place. And I couldn't make the war-torn. I think because I'm in preview and actually don't have the DLC. I don't know. I don't know how they got that coded, but it may not be working right. Yeah, the war-torn one in there. And as you see, I can't unlock it either. Looking more through the feats here, survival. Like I said, I didn't see anything else through here. I've hovered on each one of them. Weapons, shields, that kind of thing. No new set that I saw there. We covered the armor. And no new religion. So here's a few more things I've learned just fiddling around here. Okay, I looked a little more closely at this delving bench and can see you can put armor, weapon, and the Eldarium in there, plus time, and this seems to imply with the mystery and roll of the dice here that you're going to get some kind of a mystery stat on it. I've tried it. Perhaps I don't have the skill yet. Maybe I had to pick it up somewhere in a dungeon. But putting both a named weapon and the Eldarium in there, trying to start it, I get nothing in the queue yet. So, and trying just a standard fabricated weapon and trying to start the bench, still nothing. Sorry about the lightning strikes there. Armor. Even armor, putting one of those pieces in there. Like it shows here, it seems like you can do that. Still nothing. Probably because I don't have a certain skill needed and it's somewhere in a dungeon. Whatever. So I learned that. What else? Okay. The mod kits that I talked about earlier. See the bow here? I've applied one to it. It was a strength buff kit. Now just watch this. Mod kit buff strength, and here's agility. You just drag it to it, similar to the other kits that we've had. And see, there you go. I modified that with agility. This star metal weapon, I could do the same with that. Okay, the other thing, the schematics. Here's a weapon schematic for Massacre, and the Druid's Garb and Armor schematic. Earlier I showed you the Black Knight's schematic. Well, I fiddled with it, and you can learn it. Just highlight and use it. The weapon schematic. There I used one for the weapon Massacre and Druid's Garb. Use that. Now, watch this when I come in here to the improved bench. It doesn't give me an addition under Maelstrom, but watch if I start to type out Black Knight. There's the Black Knight using hardened leather, the lighting, plus this new Eldarium. The Druid one's probably going to be here now too. Yep, the Druid, Wild Druid, using the Eldarium. The weapon pattern I just learned, it's called Massacre. There it is. It's a maul of some kind. Wow, 42 Eldarium. And a lower grade version. Oh, the epic and the standard. Yeah. So there you go. Those are those schematics. Next is stuff on the rhinos. Okay, we'd covered earlier in the cauldron this war-torn fodder and sea-salted fodder. Okay, so how it looks to me is the sea-salted fodder is a way to change skin. So look at all these. Here's the patterns you're used to seeing, like for the Tyrannian, and it puts the needed material component here, the Tyrannian fodder. They need to fix this, but right in here for the new killer black rhinos, savage white rhinos, things like that, they should have, when you click on this, listed the particular fodder, and I'm going to show you how I know which one it is. But you see it has a base rhino that you would start with to then convert into this new skin. So I have a black rhino in inventory. You see here when I select the killer black rhino, it's using black rhino as a material. It should list the component here, but it's letting me craft it right away. I think what it's trying to do is have you have the sea salted fodder in your inventory, but that seems to be broken. So my guess is you'll need the sea salted fodder to change a basic rhino into one of the new Siptah skins. And let me craft that black rhino in the inventory into the killer black rhino. There it goes. And there's the new killer black rhino in inventory. It didn't use a sea salted fodder. I'm thinking you're going to need it though. So anyway, so this is a new skinned black rhino. And I have another one, a savage white rhino. So let's just go over here and look at how some of them look. This is the Siptah rhino, purebred white rhino, killer black, and the savage black. And there's a few others, of course. Now, if you're wondering, how do I get the rhino that I can ride? Okay. That, I think, is where the war-torn fodders will come in. Now, because the feat is not activated for me, looking under survival, I can't get it yet. Here's war-torn fodder and the war-torn rhino. I can't actually craft this, but I can spawn it in. I can spawn in the war-torn rhino. But this is what you're going to use to create the mount right here. They have the other fodders here, so I guess they're going to put this one here. And remember, the one for the Potane steeds are down here with... I think all this stuff for the fodder should be down here instead with Thrall Taker, because your animal pens and stuff are down here. Anyway, so I spawned in the war-torn rhino, and this is what it looks like. Now, if you look at this one, a standard fighting beast, it has its inventory. You can put stuff in, you can feed it, and of course you can level it, that kind of thing. This one, the war-torn rhino, over on the right here you see you can put a saddle on it. It's got the inventory slots and such. Stats to leveling it. So let me put the saddle on it. When you see I put the saddle on it in the inventory slot, at that point the skin changes. And you see now the saddle's on it. And I can mount it. Ride it around. It's really slow. Just leveled up for me just riding it a little bit. I'll have to try next putting a lance in inventory. See if I can do that. So we'll give that a try here in a little bit. All right, here we are out on the beach with the war-torn rhino, and just trying out some different weapons. I'll tell you already, you can't use a shield. Two-handed sword, cannot use while mounted. One-handed sword, same thing. And I have the lance on the hotbar. You can't use the lance. What you can use are spears and bows. You have the light attack on the spear and the heavies. And let's see how it looks when you're running. This is just a standard run right here. Going into a sprint. See the gallop effect. I can even cross and hit on the other side. Pretty cool. I'm not sprinting now, letting its stamina build back up. think that water's shallow enough. Let's go over here and try and attack on a few things. Oh yeah. There was a dog here somewhere. Let's see if I can line up right with that dog. Okay. A little bit of a sprint. Huh. And overshot. But it took like 3/4 of his health off. By the way, there's a little puppy dog up there too that you could grab and tame. Let's go over this way. Yeah, the deer right over there. Sprint. Heavy strike. I don't know if I wounded that with a charge or the spear. But then it bled out. Oh, there's some more dogs. Let's kite them down here to the water. Did they follow? Where'd they go? Because I want to try just a stampede type attack. There they are. Yes. Stampede. Just running at him in a sprint. We'll give him some trample damage. There you go. Great animation on the Rhino. I'm waiting for its stam to build back up. I like the little dust cloud. Alright, we're about filled back up. There we go. Gallop. Really sprint to a hairpin. And sprint some more. Release, turn. Sprint some more. Release. There you go. Really cool. Takes some getting used to, but it's fun. Okay, as I was heading back to base, I just noticed one other thing. The jump animation. Of course, you're not going to get a rhino to jump. But when you try your space bar, you're jumping, it does a head slash. So that's probably going to do some damage to him also. pretty cool. So the elephant in the room, what's that thing in the sky? Earlier you probably saw this maelstrom looking cloud spinning. And when that is happening, there's a huge vortex sort of thing here in the center of the map. But then after a while it changes to what you're seeing here. Now, if you wait a little bit, see the map is clear. You hear that noise and the lightning shoot out from that little tongue that came down. And then when that occurs, what is happening is a wild surge. And it'll come out a few more times and you'll see those scattered all across the map. Let's go over there and take a look at this one. And I'm right under it. Let's get out a bit and kind of look around. So this is what it looks like with this vortex. And this seems to get higher and higher too, so that if you're further away, you could spot it easier. There's the lightning again from that tentacle. And now there's a new wild surge over here. Alright, so what are they? Well, if you come to where they've spawned on the map, it's not happened yet, and maybe it's random, but NPCs will be here. So I don't believe in the Isle of Siptah that there's going to be purges. This acts sort of as a purge where you can get NPCs. So here they are. And I don't know if that lightning bolt is healing them, empowering them, or what. But you see that this is the Dogs of the Desert version. There's other versions too. There's a level 2 dancer. I've not seen a name build in this group yet. Just level 1 through 3s. They're not doing anything because I'm set to invisible right now. Let's see him in action here.
What comes in the night?
They were having issues with not spawning weapons, but they seem to have fixed that. And if you kite these guys, you can kite them out here and they'll start fighting other stuff in the environment. Alright, let's go look at one of the other surveys. See if we can spot it. There we go. And let's look if the NPCs have come in. They're just coming in now. Maybe they don't render until you get there. Oh, okay now. I see one of these new mobs over here. Let's see if we can get the NPCs to fight it.
You will never return to your dead. My claws are sharp, Puff. Are yours? Whimper in terror, fool. Soon my teeth will taste your throat.
That's one of the new mobs. Alright. What was that type? Black hand. Let's go check a couple other out. Way up here. Oh, by the way, the map seems to be divided right about here. Everything on the right side, more wooded looking, and then everything this side is more of plains and cliff areas. Anyway, let's go look up here. Sped up the fly function. So nothing spawned here. Again, maybe it's random. I don't know why sometimes they come in and other times they don't. Oh, this new mob is pretty cool looking. The first men are like half flesh, half bones. That's pretty cool. There's the archer version. Those NPCs haven't come in yet. Oh, I mentioned the increased fly. You can find that in your settings. Go to key bindings. I learned this from someone on our server. Increase fly speed. Here you go. You can key it to whatever you want. It's normally not keyed, but if you want to fly faster, you use one of these and set them up so you can fly faster. Okay. You see more and more of them are coming on here. Okay. Next we're going to go check out some stuff on the central. Here's another structure towards the center of the map. These are interesting in relation to that central tower. Okay. If you go in here, first of all, this one's called a Leyshrine of the Serpent. So there's different Leyshrines with different names. But if you're on the main level, you'll see this barricade control. Sorry about the screen shake. It's like everything in this central portion of the map is shaking like this right now. You can open up the control, and it looks like you need to throw some materials in here to create a new control that's functional. Okay, and then what you do with that, throw the lever, something's happened. I don't know. But if you go up to the next level, there's another one of these type controls over here, which is called the shutter control. Same deal. You end up making a shutter, putting mats in there. And then there's the central one right here. So perhaps after you do the barricade and the shutter, you come here and you summon a surge. It says I need some mats. Maybe I put them in here. And then I have to make these different altars, these triangle pieces. Maybe you fill the triangle pieces in through here. I don't know, but let's say you made them all, then threw the lever and summoned a surge. So these happen pretty frequently. maybe the one that you summon through a place like this is a more higher powered surge. Don't know. Anyway, there's a map down here below. Maybe this is a way to do something like we did with the map rooms. I'll show you one of these on the map here shortly. These are interesting, and maybe you get the sigils in there, but they seem to be dungeons of various levels. And there's other dungeon type structures too. Anyway, that symbol there is one of the Leyshrines. There's another. There's 6 total, and then of course the structure in the middle. What's interesting is that there are some of the Leyshrines that appear to be broken. Like this one of these down here. Let's go take a peek at it. And I'll just give you a lay of the land as we're going. There it is. A couple of the Leyshrines are like this, where they seem to be broken down or whatever, and I don't even think the inside of them work like the others. Yeah, you can't get to any of the controls. These are busted. So, presumably, yeah, you can't open that thing. You can't open that one. There's no control for the shutter or barricade. The place is just overgrown and falling apart. There's 2 of them like this. By the way, read these research notes. These kind of give you some clues. And they're at each one of the Leyshrines. There's other structures which appear to potentially have dungeons in them. Let's take a look at this one. Nope, this one's not one. Just got loot in the chests. And some skellies. Let's look around for some other... Oh, here's one of those dungeons. Right over here. Notice when we get a little closer, it has a sound like a heartbeat. Oh, I just noticed there's the gold ore looks like this. There's gold and silver ore scattered across the map. But so far I have not seen this decaying Eldarium. I suspect it's in the dungeons only. Anyway, when you go to the other side of this, this seems to be the opening to the dungeon. Enter the Elder Vault. Supposedly these are sort of level appropriate. You have to figure out which ones or you can get into and survive. Oh, and black ice is sort of everywhere, meaning it's not in like a frozen realm. It's all across the map, so that helps you with construction of stuff that needs black ice. Let's go over there and take a peek at the central tower. So the shake here is even more dramatic. And even looking at the graphic here, the tower looks like this is the source of the shaking, because look at the like chunks falling off of it. Here is what the brimstone looks like. And it's scattered around. It's not really on the edges, it's really more in a central section. I think, so that when you're penetrating further into the map, then you're finding the brimstone so that you can make the steel. For some reason, it's very cold here. Anyway, let's go up here and take a look. Maybe we can't get in there until we activate stuff through the Leyshrines. Or it's timed. Or something like that. Let's look at the other side. No, just the one door. This looks like iron. Yeah. Black ice. Brimstone. So the shaking's worse right there. And then when you go to the outer edges of the map, it gets a little less. I'm going to show you this island here. Alright, so you saw a way to get NPCs when those wild surges are happening. This, I think, is going to be another way for us to get NPCs. But I've not tested this yet. Let's do it together. So let me turn off cloak and invisibility. Yeah, so he's neutral to start with. Oh, and you can't even make him mad. Alright. So let me test if you can knock these guys out. Alright. Reinforced steel truncheon. Do they have a torpor bar? They don't appear to. So, neutral NPCs. For now. Who knows? After preview what'll happen. How about you guys? Can't make him mad. No torpor bar. Alright. Went in here a little deeper. This reminds me of the Pirate Cove over on the Exile side. There's probably going to be merchants in here. Yeah, I bet these.
What'll it be?
Yep.
Farewell, Exile.
Various merchants. Nope. Can't knock him out either. So right now, it doesn't seem like you could turn these into thralls, but maybe when this goes live and it's not just a preview, you will be able to. So that is the camp of the Castaways. I tested this also just walking and not flying, and still can't get the NPC to aggro or whatever. This critter was after me. So let's go around and take a look at some buildings, and maybe even some of the new creatures on the island. Here you go. You got your little turtles. These are kind of like the baby shellbacks, but they sort of bug out if you're trying to get leather or meat off of them or whatever. When I've killed them, they just fall through the ground, so they must be bugged. Let's go look at some others. Here's Black Sail Harbor. Up here on the top right. Might be two structures here, but looks like a 3 skull boss there. Standard loot chest. This is something I've wondered about. Let's kill him off. Take a look at something. A book. Something. Denizens of the Dark Well. And fragments of power and glass, but no key. I'm not sure. I don't think the world. Let's see if this one. No, just standard stuff. Okay, let's go chop him up like you would some of the world bosses. Bones. No key. There's one over here. Let's try him out. 3 skull. Okay. Steel fragment and gold. Witchfire. Yeah. No key. Just got standard loot in a chest nearby. Let's check the one that's over by my base. Which was right here. It's one of those tree boss looking things. Okay, let's kill him. Oops, if I push the right key. Ah, this one gives a skeleton key. And I've looked around here. Maybe they don't work the same way. Maybe the chests that you would use the keys on are in another location. But I've looked and looked around here. I can't find a chest. Yeah. Let's see if we can find a more obvious one. Alright, here's one on the coast. Looks like a nice juicy world boss. Let's kill him off and see what happens here. Let me pick at him. Got a skeleton key. Okay. So since this is a little more open, let's look around. for a legendary chest to use that key on. Be right back. We'll do some more looking here. Well, I looked all over the place. I didn't see a chest to use that key on. There's a few waterlogged chests. I even found a note in a bottle over here that had dance instructions for the snake dance. So that's a thing. And these skellies were inside the Alderac ship here. So either we do things differently with the legendary keys, the skeleton keys to get in the legendary chest, or they've not implemented it yet. That could be. They've just not placed them in the world yet here in the preview copy. I mentioned before that there's dogs in the game. Here's one of them. This is a one skull boss here at this particular spot. Just stuff in that chest. But there's a couple other colors of dogs. There's another one. And these will fight the birds. I saw another one over here. More of a dark wolf looking thing. Ooh, look what I found. It's like a spider boss. Yep. We can spot a chest. No. I'm noticing this pond area on the top. There are a few of these like this. It's a great build spot to where you get water or do some interesting builds where you're stepping down into a pool or something like that. There's a few of them like that. Let's do some more looking around. The Skelly's dressed a little different. I'm right here at the Scryer's Heights. Not a dungeon, but just sort of a ruins area. Look at these cats. They have sort of like a lynx face. But they're bigger. They can attack you. And then these guys. Hey, buddy. There's one over here. Oh, and the wildlife fights him. These are hyena looking. Seem to be sort of out of place. Thought I heard a spider. Here's another one of the vaults. It's called an Elder Vault. Let's take a look inside this one. Spoilers. Let's have a name. Sanctuary of the Snake Men. I'll save this for later. Looks like that door over there gets you into the rest of the place. Looking forward to this. New Luxor and Chamber of Scales. It's pretty good size. There's probably all kinds of goodies down here. Undead. One of those. Ooh, the judge. And he's headless. Some kind of solo fight. Does he have a chest somewhere? Nope, he probably drops something cool. Let's look around a little more. Lots to explore. Look at this guy. We've seen stuff like that in the Exiled lands. This one's redder in color. Here by this particular vault. Den of the Wolfman. This is a bigger version. Now that the sky's clear, let's go see if that tower's still shaking. This is rare. Usually either that tentacle thing's in the sky or it's that big maelstrom. This is one of the quiet times. Maybe we can get a better look at it. Gaining corruption, and it's cold here. Ooh. Let's go take a look at the far west side. There's another Leyshrine. There seemed to be a big structure area over here. Let's go see what's going on. So take a bridge into this one. Foggy here. this area. Far west. Can I build here? Nope. Getting corruption. Guessing that's going to be a higher level dungeon. It's surrounded by cliffs. Oh yeah. Water source in here. Island of Threa. Which I like. Let's see if there's critters a little different. Brimstone. Southern coast. Another Leyshrine. Oh. Could we have some of those sand reapers in here? Yeah. Continuing along the southern coast. If we just dip into this region right here, there's a wreck with a bunch of undead pirates and such. Haven of the Cursed. Let's go take a look at that island on the far northeast side. Oh, here we go. I think they might have their sounds mixed up, because every time I get to these skelly areas, I'm not hearing the rattling bone noises. Instead, I hear that sort of spider noise. There are spiders. I haven't seen them in a while, but that's just what I'm noticing with the skellies. It's a little more of the north coast. It's one of those vaults. Look at that face. Skelly pirates. Oh. That's a hat. Here we are on the northwest by this other vault. Harbor of the Drowned. Oh, this looks like those creatures that were in the undersea dungeon. Nice. But these little baubles, or slime balls or something like that, I can't harvest them, and I've tried picking at them and I don't get anything. So no special resource with those. Probably gonna be spiders around here. Gold. There we go. Take a look at this vault. Demon spiders. Some more brimstone. A lot of ore. Check these guys out. Here's some rhinos. I'm right in this spot of the map. Presumably we can get a baby one around here. Here's another one of those busted up Leyshrines that doesn't seem to be working. Right in here. This is the Circle of the Moon. Chests on top. So still a lot of mysteries. I hope you like seeing the preview of some of the content here. I'm interested in learning more mysteries and the secrets of this place as we get into the full release version. But Looks like they've done a great job. I'm looking forward to spending more time in this. Alright folks, hope you enjoyed. Have fun.